What's going on, everybody? Well, I actually kind of just wanted to fill everybody in. This week, yeah, I didn't upload a video this week. We missed out. Been having some family stuff. Some stuff has been switching up and changing out due to the whole Rona situation. Also, I took some time. You gotta have balance in your life, right? So I took some time to spend a little bit of time with my mother, which I hadn't seen for a while, and I really missed her. So that was fun. But Guts and Guns, what's going on with Guts and Guns? Well, this video is actually, well, to begin with, outside my house. It's 2:45 in the morning, and I couldn't really sleep. It's actually a video that I've been avoiding for a while. I kind of didn't want to do it because I didn't want to get too personal with my channel, right? But the more and more I looked into it, and the more and more I thought about it, I realized I kind of do have to get a little bit of personal because for anybody who watches the channel and doesn't know me, I guess you don't know where I'm coming from with all of this, or who the heck am I, right? So just to put it out there, my name is Luis Alberto Covarrubia. My friends and family know me as Kobe. Long story. I'll tell you guys that story another time. But to get to the point, the reason why I got into guns, guys, I wanted to put this little story out there. I didn't really grow up around guns. My family doesn't do hunting or anything like that. My dad never did hunting. I don't have anybody that's in the shooting competitions or anything like that. Actually, guns was just something that I had never even thought about, never considered, never looked into. I really genuinely never thought I'd ever need a gun for any reason. But for some of you who don't know, I'm actually, and I have been for 15 years, a musician. And it's been one of the things that's been able to put food on the table and feed my family, right? So as like most musicians would, you get out late, right? And I get home sometimes 3, 4 in the morning. Well, to make a long story short, during one of these nights, my neighbor to the west side of my home, because I only have neighbors to the west and to the east side of my home. On the north side, we have a pretty wide space, vacant lot, and on the south side we have a street that you could probably see back there, a main road. But my neighbor to on the west side of our home, the older couple that lived there passed away, and for a couple of years, their home was pretty much vacant. Their grandkids and their kids and stuff would come over on Sundays, do a little barbecue, clean the yard, whatever, keep up with the maintenance in the home. And then for the most part during the week, it was basically abandoned. Excuse me, I'm gonna light up. Well, so one day I come home from a gig. It's around this time, 3, 4 in the morning, and I notice a car parked outside their house. And I knew their home was, there wasn't pretty much supposed to be anybody there. And like any good neighbor would do, well, I immediately took an interest, and I was concerned. I said, well, I wonder what's going on. So I kind of quietly snuck around the corner of my house and was keeping an eye, and it looked really weird because the car was just parked there with their headlights off. The car was off. and it looked like there was a couple of people trying to be sneaky or whatever, right? And I got concerned, right? So I called the police. I called my local police department. Hey, you know what? I'm kind of concerned. There isn't supposed to be anybody in my neighbor's house, but I see some people here. I'm not sure if they do or don't belong, but you know, you guys might want to come check it out. So anyway, dispatcher's okay. Freaking car. We'll send somebody over. Yada yada. Well, 20 minutes goes by, guys. 20 minutes. Mind you, we had been targeted for robbery several times here in the neighborhood. Not just my neighbors, but our house as well. And this had been going on for about a year. Most of our homes got hit around 2 or 3 times, and we're thinking it was by the same group of thieves that was targeting this neighborhood. Well, 20, 30 minutes go by and police don't show up. So at this point, I'm like, okay, these people still haven't left. And at this point, I'm starting to see them knock on the windows. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I have something in my eye. At this point, I see those people knocking on the windows. I see them like trying to pull the door. And I'm like, okay, it looks to me like they don't have keys or they don't belong, and they're trying to get into these people's homes. And you know, that was a huge cause of concern for me. Well, at the time, I still didn't own a firearm, and you know, I was debating in my head. I said, well, you know what? I want to be a good neighbor, and I'm concerned for these people's home. But you know, what's gonna happen if I go up to them and you know, hey, what are you doing here? Yada yada, and somebody pulls out a gun and wants to hurt me. How am I gonna defend myself? So I called the police again. Long story short, I called my local police department 3 times, guys, within about 45 minutes span, and they never showed up. Yeah, seriously, they never showed up. So needless to say, I had never ever felt so helpless in my life. And the feeling sucks. It sucks feeling helpless, especially when you grow up thinking that, you know, the police are the good guys and they're supposed to be there to serve and protect us. When you get let down like that, it's kind of hard, guys, because you start fearing for not only your well-being but your family's, most importantly. I'm married, so you know, my wife is you know, one of the people that, you know, if not the person that I care the most about in my life. And you know, when I married her, I took on the responsibility of protecting her by any means necessary against any threat. And at that point in time, I just came across, like, you know, a little crossroads, and I said, you know what, I have to start being a better protector of my home and my family. So yeah, not to kill the vibe or be too somber about it, but I just wanted to tell you guys that little story and explain to you guys how it is that I got into firearms, and thus through my journey I came across the idea, well, maybe I should share my journey with others, because maybe others have the same questions that I do, or the same questions that I had when I first started. You know, what's the best firearm to start with? What's the best firearm for home defense? Yada yada. How do you be proficient and confident in the use of these firearms, when not to use your firearm? And if that day were ever to come where you had to use your firearm, you would be confident that you can not only protect your family as well, but also avoid hurting somebody that you don't want to hurt. So yeah. Excuse me. That's my little backstory, guys. Like I said, I really didn't want to make this video. It's a little bit more intimate than I would like. But, you know, I just wanted to let you guys into my personal life a little bit. And, you know, explain why Guts and Guns got started, right? So, I'm going to leave it at that. Hope you guys stay safe out there. I hope you're training. I hope you're preparing. And I hope that somehow my videos help somebody out there, okay? Alright, so we'll see you guys next time.